Boost journey started in 2022. Remember, these sessions are a great opportunity to get your questions answered by us, the experts in Digital Boost platform. And so make sure that you ask any questions. You can use the Q&A chat or comment section, depending on where you're tuning in from. So let's first, so Digital Boost, how can we use it in 2022? Let's touch on what is Digital Boost. So as we all know, the world of business is changing. Brick and mortar stores are being swapped out for e-commerce websites. TV ads are being replaced by social media posts, including pen and paper for tablets. The digitization of businesses is in full effect. And in New Zealand, 530,000 small business owners, we must evolve and move with the times. So thankfully, Digital Boost is making it easier than ever to increase your digital fluency. So our online platform is home to an ever-growing collection of free learning resources, and that's what we're going to take you through today. So Digital Boost, we have over 43,000 users, which is more than 25,000 small businesses. On the site, you can find over 245 how-to videos that'll take you through step-by-step, lots of digital tools and platforms. Our case studies, we've got over 70 on the site now, so that's small businesses just like you, talking about how they use digital tools in their business. And also, there are more than 240 Q&A sessions, similar to this one, with industry experts. And we have a lot of third-party content, so from MYOB, Microsoft, Google, who've provided content for you to learn from too. And that's all hosted on our wonderful Digital Boost site. So if you're not already registered, I suggest you do hop online and get registered now. And I'm sure we'll share the link in the chat. So before, that's probably about it from me. So I'm going to hand over to Tip. Good morning, Tip.
Morning, kia ora everyone. Good to see everyone again. Hope everyone had a nice holiday, and it's really exciting to be back with you all, whether you're joining in on Facebook, LinkedIn, or on the Zoom stream. But I guess the agenda for today is I'll go through some cool new features, as well as the app, and then after that we'll go through the website and we'll break everything down. If you have any questions on the way, just let us know through it. We're happy to do it like in between as well, you know, if we go through something that you have a question on. But yeah, so first up is the mobile app. So if you do have Digital Boost, you'll see that the mobile app is quite familiar, just mobile optimized. So it's on both Android and Apple, so most of you can download it. You can get it on your iPad as well if you need. You can view videos on the go. So it's really easy to, if you have like a separate office, or, you want to do it at home, not on your big work computer, that's pretty easy to do. Yeah, you can quickly and easily sign up for upcoming events. So you can quickly have a look at, cool events like the one you're attending right now. Maybe there's some other ones coming up. There's some really cool ones coming in 2022, which is really exciting. There are podcasts on it. They've been podcasts for a while, but now you can download them to listen to them on your own time. So, if you're on the bus or you're driving to work, on your commute, yeah, that's a really good way to do that. It's completely free as well, of course. So, if you've got an account, you can sign up on the app, I believe, or on the website, and then it's all linked. So, if you watch something on your phone, your computer will know that. Here's a quick little app run through. So, yeah, so essentially you sign up as normal. So when it goes through, it logs you in. Cool. And then as you saw, it's very similar to, the desktop. So if you're familiar with it, you will know. So you'll see there's watch near this podcast. You can watch for your industry. You can watch your favorite. So we'll show you how to start some favorites. But yeah, so then, yeah, there's upcoming events. So you can see which ones I'm attending, but you can easily hit the plus button there to attend some more. You can jump into learning categories. So they're the exact same ones, but they're all there for you. So, digital starter, website, marketing, tools. So I think I click probably tools here. I recorded this, last year. So good memory tip. Digital tools. So you'll see that, it's the same kind of setup as you are used to, and it's really easy to kind of go in and view. On the mobile, yeah, cool. Yeah, on the mobile, I recommend you click view as grid. I feel like it's a bit easier to see everything available in each section. So that's a really good way to see, for booking systems, these are all the options. So, if you're a selling business, you can quickly figure out which ones. If you hit the little heart button, it says to your favorite. So if there's like quite a few that interest you, but you don't have time at the moment, you can view them when you do. And yeah, that's essentially the app. Yeah, you can also contact support down the bottom and do everything else you expect. I will quickly touch on how to download podcasts as well. So you can see that you click on podcasts and then you hit the cloud download button on the top right. Hopefully you can see that. But if you click that, it downloads it. So, if you're offline, if you're like working rural, you don't have service, or, you don't want to use your data plan. Yeah, it's really easy to download podcast to listen on the go. So that's the app. Any questions or any help setting up, like give us a line. Cool. And then the super cool new feature, which we're really excited here at Digital Boost headquarters. So end of last year, which is last month, we introduced some playlists. So we'll show you what they look like on the app, but essentially there are general playlists. So these are, you can see there's digital accounting, there's ideation, creation, content, working remotely. So these ones are playlists of videos from different digital categories that kind of all fit in together to, for digital accounting, that might be something that you're interested in. So if there's anything you're interested in, like learning or, any like learning pathways that might not be the same thing, let us know, because we're, actively creating some new ones. There's some really good ones there already. For industry, if you remember when you sign up, you select your industry. And the reason for this is we can tailor some cool content to you. So say you're like in creative, you're in manufacturing, we've handpicked some really good how-to videos that are relevant to your industry. So yeah, I'll show you what it looks like soon, but it's really good way. If you don't know where to start, I'll start here, because I think that's a big question that we've got. I'm like, oh, where do I start? I can start with a place for your industry, and then from there you kind of figure out what your business strength and weaknesses are and like what to focus on. Oh, and one thing as well, at the end of each playlist, there's a real world story. So that's a business just like you who's doing, who's using digital tools or digital platforms to benefit their business. So it's a really good way to see how they apply it as well, because I know that's really helpful to a lot of businesses. Quickly as well, you saw this on the app, but I recommend switching between carousel and grid view to whatever you prefer. Carousel has more info, but grid, you can kind of get a broader view on what is out there, I guess. And yeah, so I'll jump into the slides, but there's 40K. If you need to sign up, digitalboost.co.nz, it's really easy. I'll show you how, but yeah, cool. But can we see the screen?
Sure can.
Yeah, cool, amazing. So digitalboost.co.nz will take you to the site here. I might rush you to sign up because I believe that most of you should already be signed up, but just in case, I do it again. So how would you describe yourself? So I'm going to say I'm a small business owner. I work at the Mine Lab. So yeah, so Mine Lab is that one. So then that's, if you do have a business and an NZBN, you can do that. If you do not, that's completely fine. You can go, I'm thinking of starting a business. It will ask you if you have an NZBN, you can say no, and then you don't need to enter in. So same with sole trader partnership or trust. So a lot of people do say, oh, hey, I don't have a NZBN. That's completely fine. Like, we know a lot of people, businesses are just starting up. So especially in the new year. So, you can just go, I'm thinking, and then go, no, or something like that. So my name is Tip Von. You've just put in your, I'm sure we all sign up. If you do need any help with any of the sign up process, just give us a buzz. We're happy to help. Make sure you choose a secure password, and then and then sign up. Terms and conditions. Cool. And then if you have any issues, just give us a buzz if you do. Cool. So when you do sign up, it will ask you some questions. And the reason for this is so we can tailor content to you. So you see that there are like industry specific playlists and, a lot more things that are relevant to you. So, if you want to figure out, what you want to learn, so maybe I'm into these things, not into these things. Actually, maybe I'm into that a little bit, that kind of thing. So what industry are you in? This one's really important. So I'm going to say I'm in creative industry. I'm going to say I'm in Nelson, Tasman. But yeah, just make sure this literally takes 2 minutes, if that, but just make sure that you pick what's relevant to you. And I'll show you how to change it later on. But yeah, it just helps us tailor content to you and like make your experience really relevant. Cool. Got 2 more. So as you sell online, I'm doing this slowly. Tech savvy, I use social media. Cool. And then once you're in, you're in. And then that's when the exciting stuff happens. Cool, amazing. So this is a new dashboard if you haven't signed up. If you haven't been on a while, it's new and improved. We're always looking for feedback. So give us a line if you do have any feedback. But basically, yeah, once you sign up, it looks like this. It's slightly different when you have been here before. But yeah, so you'll see that, you can choose a topic. So then that's the same topics in your learning categories, which we'll go through in a second. And then you can also choose a playlist now, which I mentioned before. You'll see that you've got the achievements. You can download the app. The What's Hot will take you to like our current most popular playlist, I guess. And then creative industry takes you to a playlist on your industry. So let's go to this here. So you'll see that because I clicked on creative before, if you remember when I was signing up, it takes me to creative. So you see that this is what the playlist look like. So these are like about like 10 videos, 10, maybe 8 videos of from different sections that are really important to like someone in the creative industry. And if you're in manufacturing, it'll be similar. So you see that, basically branding, how to use Canva, tools to use, Google My Business, like all that kind of stuff that's really important to a creative business, how to set it up and why it's important. And then you'll see that the last 3 here are real world stories to see how Creative Jam, Room 1 Live, and Design Space are using creative tools, I guess, to benefit their business or, businesses around them. So yeah, it's a really like, if you need to know where to start, that's a good way to do it. Because I think once you've done that, you kind of get a better idea on like, what you need to do. You can also choose a playlist. So you can see that there's digital accounting, ideation, working remotely, really important right now. Get your brand ready for the new year. That's, good time to do that. And then say, maybe you're in different industries as well, or maybe, you want to learn about tourism, or maybe you don't fit into any of these. Others are a really good one because there's like things that are relevant to most businesses. But yeah, if there's anything missing, do let us know. We're always looking to fill content for, our digital learning categories. But yeah, let's go back to the homepage. And yeah, from here, we're just going to go through everything and just kind of explain what's here. So live events, you've made it to this one. If you're on Zoom, if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn and you've come across us, congrats. If you want to see what else we've got, you can go upcoming events, and then you can also view recordings of all the past ones as well. So you can see upcoming events. You can click the plus button to sign up for them. So Digital Alliance, it's not with Tiff and Vic tomorrow, but it's with Diane, who's a lovely, lovely external partnership manager. I'm sure heaps of you have met her before, but I want to sign up to that. So I click the plus button, and then, and then it'll send me an email and a calendar invite so I don't forget. So you can see, next week we're doing social media. So if that's something that interests you, me and Benji from the team are doing like a whole series on them. So that's really cool. And then, yeah, and then so it literally just hit the pluses and then to whichever ones you sign up for. And then I recommend just doing that every few weeks and seeing what's new. And then that way, they're all in your diary, ready for you. You can also view the ones that you've missed. So, last month we did, how to switch off holidays, how to remote with your team. We had Rocket Spark 369 Creative Digital X Marketing come in and, do some really cool presentations. So that's if you do want to watch any previous ones, that's a really good place to find them all. You can also use the search button as well, which I may as well do now. So say you want to see what Google did for us. If you search for Google, you see that, you know, we've got a lot of Google content, 42. You can see that, you know, so fireside chats and Q&As are how you find past webinars like this one. So you can see that some of them, you know, so Craig and Natasha from Google did a Google My Business webinar, which I recommend having a look at if you haven't. There's Google Analytics Jen did last month, I believe, from Brendan. That was really good. Everyone really enjoyed that. So if that's something that, you know, interests you, Google Analytics, but you're not really sure how to get your head around it, that's definitely one to start with. And stuff like that. So I definitely make the most of the search function. So like Instagram maybe. And then if you can't find anything, just let us know, because we can either link it to you if we have it, or if we don't have it, we can add it to our content list for 2022, because we are definitely very excited to make more content. So that's live events. You know, you've met it here, but if you haven't, on our Zoom, that's a good place. You can also, of course, watch it on Facebook and LinkedIn as well, if that's something easier. You can watch it on your phone. And then, so digital learning categories. So digital categories are, so these are, I guess, all the categories where all our how-to videos set. So there's two different videos, essentially. There's like the Q&As, which are about 40 minutes to an hour long. They're like more long form, like explainers, or like explainers/presentations, like this one here. And there's how-tos, which are about like 3 to 5 minutes, usually, explaining like certain topics. So if you go to Digital Starter, you'll see that, you know, these are all, you know, there's subcategories in all of them. So Digital Starter is, you know, when you don't really understand, I guess, computers, you know, you don't understand how to use digital, you just want to get a good start, you know, get the basics sorted. This is really good because, you know, there's like lots of stuff. And I think once you learn all of this stuff, you're a lot more confident in the more advanced stuff. You know, it's kind of starting from the basics. So yeah, like, you know, a lot of them, you know, you might know how to already, but a lot of them, you know, you might need to know, you know, how to kind of get more savvy, I guess. So that's Digital Starter. It's pretty simple. It's definitely one I recommend having a look at and filling any gaps, because, you know, if you clear those gaps, it's a lot easier moving forward. Websites here. So there's 3 main subjects, yeah, and websites. So there's basics. So that's like setting up a website, like what tools to set up a website, and, you know, and like security and all that good stuff. Search engine optimization, SEO. So that is, you know, how to rank on Google search. So that's a really, you know, that's slightly more advanced. So you can see that there's, you know, you do your basics, then your SEO, or e-commerce as well. So how to set up like an e-commerce site on Shopify, or, you know, any of the other tools. That's a really good place to have a look at it as well. So let's go into e-commerce just so you get an idea. We won't go through all of them, but you can see that, you know, there's a why, you know, which marketplaces you can use. I personally like Grid View more, so we're going to switch to that. And then, yeah, how to digitize your order fulfillment, you know, product return system, and all that good stuff. And then, you know, if you have any questions further than this, scroll down, get in touch with us here with the big blue button, and then we're happy to answer any questions. So let's go back to the homepage. So that's websites. If you do want to navigate, you can also use the top right here, the menu here. So let's go to digital marketing. And then, yeah, and then, so, you know, you can see that there's social media strategy at the start. So it's like which tools to use, which channels, there's social media channels, which explains them a bit further. You know, there's a lot on Facebook, which includes Instagram, I believe, which, you know, it's really important. Social media channel includes things like YouTube, LinkedIn. Email marketing is still very, really important. Since we've looked over. So definitely, you know, have a look at that. If you have like an email list, or you know, you have people sign up for you and provide the email, it's a really good way to, you know, market to them. And digital marketing insights, like how to break down the data and, you know, look for things, I guess. So yeah, so that's those 3 topics. I may pass over to Victoria for the rest of them if you're ready to go.
Okay, so where am I picking up from? Digital tools?
Digital tools, yeah.
Digital tools. So hopefully you tuned in to some of Tip and my Q&As just before we finished up for the Christmas break. So in digital tools, this is where you can find out all about those little bits or those apps and other platforms that can really help you streamline and put your processes online so that you get a really good overview. So it's broken down. I guess the main ones are your collaborative tools. So they're really, how can you work remotely? How can you make sure that whatever you're doing and your team or even so other external collaborators, how you can all be on literally the same page digitally. Your productivity tools, just keeping an eye on how processes and projects are going, booking systems, depending on what type of business you're in. There's the creative tools. We've got a Q&A session coming up on that soon. So these, as Tip said, there are 9 learning categories. The first 7, starting with Digital Starter. These are your how-tos. So these are step-by-step instructions taking you through all these different apps and platforms and software that you can be using to get your business online. The next one, if we can go back, if we can go out of this. So we've got digital tools, and then we've got our small business accounting. So small business accounting, we've got our modern day money management. So this is one of the learning categories that we're really bulking out this year. So this is a big focus for us. So we've got our modern day money management. So that's everything from looking at some of the big players, MYOB, using Booster, or just choosing a payroll system depending on how many staff you have. So this is a great place just to have a look. As Tip also said, in the first 7 learning categories, these videos are generally about 3 to 5 minutes long. So you can really get a quick overview, and then you can decide if you need to know more about that subject or whether you need to hop onto a different topic area. So this is one to look at. The next category, we've got our business insights. So business insights is a fabulous category. If we just scroll even through, you can see it's just chocker of, there are 7 subcategories, and within here, there's heaps of videos. It's a real good one to have a look at. And especially at the start of the year, we're starting to sort of really look at possibly our business plan, even looking back at, the original business plan that we wrote for the business. And some of the really important key areas are, what did your customers say last year? Have you thought about that? Can you include it? All those positives they gave you, can you really work on that and try to surprise them even more in 2022? Or, if there were any not so positive feedback, what have you done to change that? Have you addressed that? Have you gone back to the customer? So this is a really great category to look through, to think about not just your sales and different channels, but who's your customer and what are they saying, and how to use that feedback productively. So I absolutely love the business insights section too. The next one on our list is future technologies. So in the future technologies, so you'll have a look, and some of these might be really scary sort of words that you've seen around. So blockchain, AI, VR, AR, wearable technology, 3D printing. And it's really, really easy to just look at these areas and just think, oh, that's nothing to do with my business. And it's not that you need to implement any of this in your business, but as a small business owner, or a medium-sized business owner, it's really good just to keep an eye on what's coming up, and is it going to affect your business, the way you do business, the way that your people that you deal with, wholesalers, suppliers, other contributors, is it going to change the way they do business? And it doesn't mean you have to become an expert, but it's really good just to read up or watch some videos, just so that you know what it is that people are talking about when they're talking about blockchain or when they're talking about big data. So I think that's a great topic to look at. So that's the last of the 7 sort of learning categories, the how-tos. After that, we look at real world stories. So the real world story category, that's broken down into 10 industry sectors. And within each of these subtopics, if you click through, then you'll see short videos of small businesses from New Zealand, just like you, talking about how they use digital tools in their business and how it's helped them. So I would recommend that you look at the industry or sector that your business is in. But then don't forget to have a look at some of the other industries as well and see how they're using different digital tools and technologies in their business. You know, all knowledge is good knowledge, you know, and again, these aren't long videos, so it's a really good way to, you know, and with the app now, you can listen on the go, and then you can tick the little heart so that it favorites it and it goes into your favorite list so that you can, you know, you can go back to it later because maybe you want to watch it. So these are just, I mean, they're invaluable. These are real businesses talking about how they use digital in their business to do business better. And then the last category is our expert advice. So it's the Q&A sessions. So these daily sessions, 10 to 11, that go into this category. So this category has 12 different main topics, subtopics, and within there, all the Q&As that are recorded Monday to Friday each week are then placed in here so that you can find them easily. But there's also 8 provider categories. So this is where Shopify, RocketSpark, Website World, you know, Xero, MYOB, Microsoft Vend, these have created content, created videos for small businesses to watch on our platform so that they can also learn about these businesses. As well as these amazing providers giving us content and videos to put on our site, they also provide us with offers. So special offers that are just for Digital Boost users. You can find these offers by on your main screen, scrolling to the bottom and provider offers. If you click here, where Tip's going to click right here, excellent, you'll be able to find all the current offers. Now we have offers being added on a weekly basis. Please have a look. These are offers just for you as small business owners registered for Digital Boost with discounts or sometimes workshops and short courses that you can access really easily. You know, so have a look through. This is another part of Digital Boost. One other part of Digital Boost, which is similar to this product and provider offers, is the Digital Boost Alliance. Now, the Digital Boost Alliance is an agreement, a collective of really big name businesses and across New Zealand who have come together to provide offers for small businesses like you. So we have the Mind Lab. So this is another great area. And what's even better, as Tip also mentioned, we have our wonderful Di who's going to do a session on the Digital Boost Alliance tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So don't forget, if you can't make it at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, it will be recorded and you'll be able to find that session online. But as you can see, you know, Datacom, Facebook, Cert New Zealand, Chorus, Cisco, Westpac, BNZ, 2 Degrees, all of these have come together to say that they want to do what they can to make sure that the small businesses across New Zealand can get on that digital journey and be supported by these big players. I guess the one other thing, so we've got Digital Boost Alliance, we've also got the Right Tool. So the Right Tool is a fantastic initiative. You can click through from our main site and it takes you offsite, but there you can just talk about your business and what you're working on, and then it connects you with the tools that you can use to support this. So obviously we, on the Digital Boost site, we take you through all the how-tos. This will help you just pinpoint some of those tools that you might be able to use. So it's another offering that can really help you. And then, I guess most importantly for us, when you're on the Digital Boost site, or if you're watching a Q&A or whatever you're doing, if you feel that you need just a little extra guidance or you have a question, always scroll to the bottom. On the bottom of every page, there's the blue Get in Touch button. That puts you in touch with me, Tip, the whole team of experts sitting within our Digital Boost small business support team. And we're here to help you. We're here to help you get on your digital journey, or point you in a new direction for your digital journey, or offer whatever support we can. And we're always here for a good chat to help as well. So whatever it is, submit that query and we'll get back to you in about 15 minutes. And if we can't help you right then, we will always make sure that we connect you to the expert of who can help you with the query that you have. So if it's a WordPress thing or if it's a Shopify thing, we're a whole team of digital experts here to help you on your journey too. And I'll hand back to Tip, who might give us some more information about the support team.
Cool, amazing, thank you. Yeah, so as Vic said, just get in touch with us anytime, any weekday between 8 to 7. We'll be in touch soon. Yeah, whether it's if you have any issues on how to, if there's something you want to do, you don't know where to start, I'm happy to kind of guide you in like some resources and how to answer any questions. If I can't answer them, someone in the team can. So yeah, we've got really good resources, so definitely make the most of it. I think one of our goals for 2022 is to talk to as many of you small business owners as we can, because the ones we do talk to, we get some really good conversations going, and everyone finds it very valuable, I've found. So definitely get in touch. If we can't help you, we'll definitely steer you in the right direction. And yeah, that's kind of the support. And yeah, also, yeah, add a phone number if you want. Like, if you prefer a call, just let us know in the query here. Be like, hey, can you give me a call? And then yeah, we'll give you a call. But yeah, so that's that. There's one more thing I will go through before we kind of wrap up or answer any questions if we have any. If you go to menu and then my account, you can edit your details. So if you do put a phone number in, so it'll be a lot easier for us to give you a call when we need to. So definitely recommend doing that if you can. If you want to add an NZBN later on, you can do that. That'd be good. If you want to change any details here, if you go to my business info on the left here, you can also change those questions you answered at the start. So if you remember, here you can see creative, Nelson Tasman, brand new. Say you want to change any of these, say maybe you are suddenly a food and beverage and not a creative, you can change that, and then the content will tailor towards you. So say maybe you've expanded to Marlborough and Canterbury now, so that's exciting. You can add those in as well. Yeah, because sometimes we are going to send like tailored emails to specific, I guess, so people in Canterbury say we're running an event in Christchurch or something, that kind of stuff. In the future, that stuff we can do. So definitely make sure that it's updated as well, just so you don't miss out. But yeah, that is Digital Boost for 2022. Yeah, we're more than happy to answer questions or take you through anything else. But yeah.
Yep. So we've got one question from Liz Mitchell. She's on the Zoom with us right now. She said, I want to create a sustainable charter for my business. Have you links to assist with this?
I do not. Do you have any ideas on that, Vic?
We don't have, there's not any how-tos, but we do have some people on the team that we can chat to. As I touched on earlier, sort of the business insights and the business key area is the area that we're developing this year. To begin with, it was all about getting people using digital, and now we're developing in that area. So yeah, I think Tip already mentioned, Liz, that he's touching base with you and making some connections within the team today. So yeah, And the great thing is, what we love to do most is when we have a small business and we do something new, we do follow up. And if you're game, we create a little video and you become the content. And it's, that becomes our real world story of a business using digital to get further. So we will definitely be in touch with you soon, Liz. And I guess the only other question was on the dashboard under my achievements, just really, so my achievements, can you take us through that? Like, what does that mean? And
oh yeah, yeah, of course. So I'll share my screen again. I'll bring it back. But essentially, it's kind of gamification. So it's kind of like, I'm not sure how many of you here play video games, but it's kind of like the same idea in terms of like if you accomplish like certain goals, you get like a prize at the end. So back into my achievements, since this is a new account, it won't show much, but essentially, yeah, like, sometime, so once you watch 3D videos, you become a digital doctor, then you watch 4D, you become a digital hero, digital expert. So I guess like a lot of, it's kind of a good motivation tool, essentially. That's why we have it. So I've talked to people who say, hey, like by the end of April, I want to become a digital leader, which means I've watched 80 videos, right? Already watched 40. So that's 40 videos in a few months. And, just, it's kind of like a good way to track how many videos you watch. And, especially if it's something to do with your learning, you can also see how many minutes you've learned, how many videos you've watched. So yeah, definitely, it's not for everyone, but the people who it is good for, it is really good for. Maybe it's something that you can do. It's January, I guess it's a good time for new resolutions and goals. So yeah, definitely say, hey, like maybe you want to watch 40 videos, just so you're upskilling yourself and giving yourself time for learning, which is really important. I know like a lot of the time it's really hard to find that time for learning, but maybe if you give yourself an achievable goal, this is a good way to track it. And yeah, I guess it's something that I also, for my goals, it's really good to do. And yeah, any other thoughts on that, Victoria?
oh yeah, just that depending on why you're on your digital journey, but yeah, setting goals, and then you can allocate time to it as well, and you can also track what you're getting the most out of. So is it the how-to videos, or do you watch a video and then you print or save a copy of the learning summary so that you can go through it in more detail? Maybe there's a checklist. Maybe you want to go away and actually test if you can use that that platform or that app. So yeah, it does really help if you want to set yourself some goals to see where you're at. And yeah, and then once you reach that digital rock star, and then you qualify for, I think it's the 4 hours of one-on-one digital support with one of our wonderful experts, digital experts. So yeah, there's lots of really good reasons, but it's a good way to keep track of what you're learning.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. While we're here, actually, I just remembered we've got to touch on one thing here. So this is just, any video will look like this, right? So there's a transcript and sometimes there's a learning summary as well. So that's just some useful resources, or if you prefer like a text space, if you don't want to watch video, that's completely fine. We can have a look at this when it shows up. And then, so yeah, so say like, you prefer reading rather than watching. This is what the video says, so everything would be there. Well, there's also subtitles or closed captioning. So there's closed captioning here, and then, yeah, so, here is English. And then if you hit the setting bars, there's also, I guess not for this one. And for most of our videos, there's there's Terrell, there's, what is it, Tongan?
Yeah, so these short intro videos have just been added just before Christmas to most of the categories. The actual how-to videos within the category, they're available in with captions for 5 languages. So there's English, Simplified Chinese, Tongan, Samoan, and Hindi. And then for the majority of the how-to videos, you can switch sites. So you can go from the English site to the Maori site, and there you can find the video in Te Reo Maori and with the English subtitles and the English and Te Reo transcript so that you can read through. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so that's really, I guess, so we're on the Te Reo site as well. And then, yeah, like there's all the content here. And then, yeah, I guess another interesting thing is people who are interested in learning Te Reo have found these quite good for their learning. So that's like another, stackable learning thing, learning a new language as well as some new tools. So yeah, so there's separate videos and stuff. And yeah, so that's Te Reo site. Anything else we should touch on a bit before we wrap up?
Not just that these are, we're adding content on a weekly basis. So the real world stories, there's lots of opportunities. If you know a business, if you are a business that, you have a story to tell and you think that, you can talk to other businesses about how you're using some digital tools, let us know. If you need a bit of extra help, that's what the small business support team's here to do, to connect you with one of our digital experts to take that next step. That may not be content available in a how-to, but so we are adding to it. So your feedback's really, really important to us. If there's something that you're looking for, we can either get you connected with an expert to help you on your journey, or perhaps we can find a way to create that content, create that video so that it's there for you and for other people looking for that.
Yeah, cool, amazing. Yeah, definitely. So I guess that's us. So I'll wrap up. Thanks everyone for joining today, and we'll see you tomorrow at 10 for Digital Alliance with the amazing Di. And yeah, whether you joined us on a recording or you're here with us live on Zoom or Facebook, I see that we posted on the community page today. So I think there's a few of you joining from there. So definitely good to see you all there. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow at 10. Have a great day, whether it's your first day back, like it is for Vic and I, or, whether you've been working through. It's really exciting to talk to you again, and, get in touch if you do need any help. But catch you later.